Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Welcome back, everybody. We're going to talk about something today that really can change your life, help your dreams actually come to fruition, your goals, all of that. And it's all about manifesting what you want. They say that what you think here becomes your reality. And I've heard many examples of things that people have wanted in their life and just attracted it, pulled it right to them, right down to cars when they had no money. Beautiful car, in a sense, shows up, or they get the money to buy the car. We're going to look at the principles of that and so much more. And she helps people as an amazing life coach. So many different modalities, harnesses the power of energy, even in sound healing. And that's what this is all about, energy and manifestation. Jamie Serrato is back with us. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm glad to be back.
I'm so happy you're back here because this is one of my favorite topics. And I've tried it. Just say that. And I'm going to be honest with you. There was a time, maybe a year or two ago, where I was like full speed ahead on the manifestation thing, all of the principles, paying attention to my mindset and all of that. And what I thought might show up didn't or hasn't. So then I started taking my foot off the gas of the manifestation car. And I'm like, yeah, I believe those things are definitely coming my way. I don't even have a doubt. And I really mean that. But I lost a little steam. I don't know. I need inspiration. Jamie, help me out with this.
So manifestation is all about being really, really clear with your intention, knowing exactly what you want. And that can be a process, right? Sometimes we don't know exactly what we want. So for example, with dating, you may need to go on a whole bunch of different dates and kind of figure out what qualities are you looking for in that partner.
So why don't we take an example of something you want to manifest? It could be the perfect partner. It could be car. It could be anything. And walk us through the steps how this goes.
Okay, well, step one is knowing what you want, right? So it's helpful to make a list of all the qualities you're looking for in the perfect partner or the perfect house, the perfect car. And then after that, it's about attracting experiences towards you that help you overcome any fears you may have subconsciously about actually manifesting that thing that you want.
It's my belief too that if you have a doubt, you've completely derailed the manifestation process. Is that true?
No, doubt doesn't mean you can't manifest something. If you have doubt, that's okay. Like when I began wanting to speak and make videos and express myself, I had a lot of self-doubt. But it's important to know that the self-doubt isn't going to prevent you from manifesting. It's just something that has to be worked on and worked through. And as you become more and more confident, you're getting closer to actually physically manifesting that thing that you desire.
Got it. So let's go with the car. Your car is getting older. You feel you deserve a new one. You just don't have the means to buy it at this time. So you manifest it. And it's my understanding that if you're doing that, you believe it's already here, but you could be driving in your old car, 15 years old, whatever it is, and thinking that you're in that new car. You're believing that you're in that car. You can smell the leather. You can see, you wave to people, hey, how's it going? You got music going on and you're feeling it like it's there. Is that correct? And what else would you need to do?
Yeah, so it's definitely about anchoring in the feeling that you would have when you have that thing. So if it's a new car, it might be a feeling of freedom, right? Or excitement or joy. So rather than focusing so much on the car that you want, focus on doing activities that bring you into that mindset, that bring you into that emotional state of feeling free and feeling abundant in general.
So should you be writing it down? Should you be, I hear vision boards. And I remember back in, I don't know, August, I was on a train just traveling and I started finding pictures on my phone of things I wanted to manifest. And I was going to make a vision board. I've yet to do it. And I'm going to be honest, I hear about them all the time, but part of me says, I'm really going to make a difference.
It depends. So I have manifested many, many things without using any kind of tool like that. But they can be powerful tools for focusing your intent and increasing your faith, right? So our subconscious mind may have doubt, but when you create a vision board or you make a list or you make a manifestation jar or something like that, it physicalizes that desire and it speaks to your subconscious mind. So every day you wake up and you look at that jar, it's going into your subconscious mind and it's helping pull in and attract to you that manifestation.
Tell me about the jar. You just mentioned that the manifestation jar. What is
Yeah.
that? Yeah, what is that?
So I was inspired to make these jars. A couple months ago, I was given directions by my guides on how to make them. So each one has a specific purpose and a specific intent. And I do have these for sale in my Etsy shop. This one is for attracting love. So in order to make them, I ordered plain mason jars and I decorated them. And then I filled them with crystals. And I also added to that various different essential oils and also like dried flowers, dried plants. And I picked them based on my intuition, based on what I feel will contribute to the energy of that specific jar and its intent. And then when the full moon comes, I leave them outside overnight because the full moon also enhances the energy of the jar and
Mm,
your intention. And after that, they're finished, and then I put them up for sale.
wow. Um, so you put the intent into the jar of a goal. Say maybe it's finding love, whatever it might be.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yes, I do. And I Reiki it with my hands and I focus on the intention and what it is I'm wanting to manifest. And crystals, very much like water, they absorb our thoughts, they absorb our energy, they absorb our intention. So it can be a very powerful way to focus your energy into something that you want.
And with the jar, we should put it in a place where we're going to see it on a regular basis. And then when you see it, are you automatically, it's like a reminder, automatically thinking of what it means.
Exactly. Yes. You want to put it somewhere where you can see it. You want to cherish it and take good care of it. And it will go into your subconscious mind and help you to attract what you want.
So I've also often heard too that obviously you need to believe that it's coming your way, whatever that thing is, but you can never come from a place of lack,
Right.
which is connected to negativity. So
Right.
let's say it's the car. Everything's good, believe in it, it's coming, hasn't shown up yet. And now you turn your mind around and you say, when's that car going to show up? Yeah, come on. I've been waiting so long. Or the perfect person. When are they going to show up? Like I've been doing right away. You've created a negative situation, and is that going to impede on? Let's say you reset it right away. I didn't mean
Mhm.
that. I'm going. I didn't mean that. Are you back to the beginning in terms of the manifestation, or has it set you steps back?
So, whenever you're desiring to manifest something, you want to kind of do an assessment with yourself and see where is that desire coming from? Because if you're desiring something from a place of lack, from feeling like you're not enough, like let's say your car works perfectly fine, but your new neighbor has a way better car and you're feeling bad about yourself. So you're like, well, I'm going to manifest a car like that. I'm going to get a convertible or whatever it is, but you're not wanting it really from the right place. You're wanting it because you feel like you're missing something. That's called a lack mindset, right? So that's saying everybody else has more than me and I don't have enough. And if you're wanting from that place, it's a very unstable way to manifest. You You may be able to manifest with a lot of effort and force, but chances are something will go wrong with that manifestation. Like if it's a relationship, it might not last. If it's money, the money might, you might spend it all very quickly and it will be gone. So when you want something, you kind of have to go within and see, like, do I truly want this because it's going to add to my life and because I love myself and I feel I deserve this? Or am I just wanting it because I see other people have it and it looks
Mm,
really good, but it's not really aligned with me right now?
wow. Okay. So whatever you're looking for needs to come from a good place.
Yes.
Interesting. Wow. Especially with the car. Yeah, I just want that car because I just want my friends to see it, and I want them to, think that I'm doing really well and all that. Instead of, I work really hard. I've always wanted that vehicle. It's my baby. If I had one, I would treat it so well.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
almost
see
like
the
it's a
difference?
yeah, yeah, 100%. And let's talk about the specifics. How specific should you get when you manifest? Example. And again, this is just what I heard that if let's say you're manifesting the perfect person, and you're fixated on blonde hair and blue eyes, don't do that because the universe knows what's right for you, and that might not be the case. But now you're fixated on that, and now you're narrowing it. You should be really focusing on the person, the feeling that you're going to get in terms of being with them, going on vacation with them, sharing things with them. Don't get caught up on that other stuff. What are your thoughts there?
Yeah, if you become rigid or controlling about how something manifests or exactly what it looks like, and you try to narrow it down too much, that's going to cause resistance, okay? And that's going to make it harder to get what you want. And you may even miss your manifestation when it comes because you're expecting it to look a certain way. So, yeah, you absolutely want to be general as far as the physical characteristics of the person or the thing that you're manifesting, and only be specific about like the emotional qualities and things like that of what you want to manifest.
Okay. Funny you should say that because I manifested the perfect person and they showed up. Like everything, I don't even go into detail, but it was perfect. Like everything, like almost like you wrote it down. Except I didn't focus on emotional availability, that kind of thing. And
Yes.
that's that a big component in a relationship, right? And I left that part out. So
Hmm.
that wasn't there. And so it wasn't a relationship that I intended it to be, but I will say I manifested it. And for anybody that doesn't believe this works, I can give examples. How about you? Examples of how this works?
Yeah, I'll give you a really good example. About a week ago, I felt impulsed by the universe to go to the animal shelter and adopt a dog. Okay. And I had not been planning this for a long time, but I was spending a lot of time in the energy of self care and feeling safe and feeling protected. Okay. So I felt impulse to go and adopt this dog for protection, just so like when my husband's not home, he barks at the neighbors. It made me feel safer. Okay. And I hadn't been planning this, but I woke up that day and I wrote down all the qualities I wanted in a dog. I wanted a dog that was well behaved, a dog that was already house trained, a dog that wasn't going to run or pull on the leash, a dog that was good with children. And I brought it to the animal shelter when I was impulsed by the universe, and I found the absolute perfect dog. He is absolutely everything that I want. And I didn't even know I was manifesting this. But because I had been spending time in the energy of how I wanted to feel, I found the perfect vibrational match to my emotional state and what I needed.
So did you manifest the dog or you just had that feeling that, universe was saying, get a dog, you need a dog?
It was both. I manifested the dog, but it's a co-creation with the universe. right? So if I had been doing it from my lower self, like from my ego, I might have gone to the wrong animal shelter. I might have adopted the wrong dog and it didn't even work out for me. But instead, I waited until the universe aligned with me and impulsed me to go ahead and act on that desire.
What did that feel like when you say the universe impulsed you?
So the day before I went to the animal shelter, I kind of got it in the dream state. I was having dreams about this dog. I was having visions because I am clairvoyant. I was having visions of a dog around me. Um, and yeah, I have a passed over loved one, and he was communicating with me, my need to feel more safe at the house and things like that. And then, so I listened and I talked to my husband about it a little, and I was like, I don't know if I can handle a dog right now, but it kept getting louder and it kept getting stronger. So then I knew then what day to go to the animal shelter, and and then I just lined up with it, and everything just came together like magic.
When you saw the dog, did you say to yourself, that's the one?
I did. I did have to give my list to, the adoption counselor, and she knew the dogs very well. She did a good job at her job, and she knew the right dog for me, but she gave me a few to choose from. But when I saw the one, I knew it was the one.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah. And do you think that was almost the universe saying, this is the one for you? This is the dog?
Yes, definitely. It
Mm.
was like, now is the time, go now. I didn't have to search. I didn't have to waste energy. I didn't have to, post in 5 different dog rescue groups looking for this specific dog. It came to
Yep.
me, and I didn't really have to apply any effort.
I relate to this in many ways because I got a cat a little over 2.5 years ago. And the cat there was a reason for healing purposes. Let's just call it that. And I knew the cat when I saw it. He is the mushiest, most loving. Like I walk in and he comes right up to me, wants to kiss me. He's like, here I am, nuzzles me here. After a while, it gets annoying, but I love it. But like he's always there. And I am thoroughly convinced. And I got a second cat after that. And he's pretty much kind of the same way.
Yeah.
I am convinced, and I don't care what anybody says, that I had a cat and he's an orange tabby before him. And I had to put him down in 2019. And I rescued him. They're both rescues, but that other cat was in a cage for a year. And gave him freedom, love, and everything. He was wonderful. I feel the cat I have now is either a reincarnation or the other cat sent this one because they're both very similar. I would
Mhm.
think it's almost the same cat in many
Right.
regards, but it's I saved that other cat from that cage, and I feel that this cat, the universe brought this cat because it was needed at that time, like all the energy, like perfect. And
Yeah.
I feel like I picked the right pets. I have a dog. He's fantastic. Like I never seen anything like it before. I think honestly, and I'm so humble. I think it's my energy. Like I just, I don't know. I think they come to me, or I'm gravitated to them. I don't know what it is. And I manifested it too. Like I didn't want to pick any cat, any dog.
Yeah.
But it's amazing how it all works. When you when you just let the universe do its thing. You know.
Yeah, when you create consciously, right? Maybe 10 years ago, I tried to get a dog and I was not in the evolved place in my life that I am now. I got the completely wrong dog. It was a puppy, it was out of control, it was wild. I had to give it back up for adoption
Mm.
because I was creating from an unconscious place. I wasn't aware of myself. I wasn't thinking out what type of dog I would want or what type of dog would be right for my family, right? So when you create consciously, there's a world of a difference in the results that you get compared to when you just act impulsively or from a place of fear or a place of lack.
Mm. It's you get the car thing. I know somebody else who and it's legit. This, what they said, I truly believe, manifested a car like we're talking about. Didn't have the money, just really wanted this high-end Tesla, 60 grand, somewhere around there. And in I think it was 5 months or 6 months, had the car. somehow the money came and they bought it cash and they manifested it. They said, I was intentional and I manifested it and I kept believing it and it just showed up. So the stuff works.
Yeah.
Thank you for the manifestation jar concept. I've never even heard of that before. Wow.
Yeah, they're really fun. They're beautiful, and they do work. My first one I made for myself, it was for attracting abundance, and like 10 minutes later, I got the call from the podcast station for that 5-minute interview I did before I booked with all y'all to do these episodes.
Wow.
So it works.
Wow. And if on the surface, if you were to say, well, it's a jar and you manifest basically like a vision board where it's there to remind you of what you're manifesting, that would be okay in itself. But for me, the game changer is you Reiki that jar. You put the intent into it. And that's the magic right there.
Yeah, I mean, I am a powerful manifester, so I do believe my energy can be very beneficial to other people, and an object that is infused with my energy can be even just very healing, but also helping you attract what you want.
Almost out of time, but quick questions because I'm curious. Clairvoyant, you said you are.
Yes.
What is that, and how is that different than, let's say, being psychic?
Well, being psychic is a general term. We're all a little bit psychic, right? When you get that intuitive hit to call your mom and your mom needed you right in that moment, right? That's intuition. But a psychic generally is someone who uses their abilities in a focused and intentional way. As a clairvoyant, that means clear seeing. So I have visions, like I saw the dog before I adopted the dog. Clairaudient, that's clear hearing. So that's like my communication with my passed over loved ones or my spirit guide, clear hearing.
Wow.
And then there's clear knowing and clear feeling. Some people have taste and smell. I don't have that one, those two. But I do have the other four: clear seeing, hearing, feeling, and knowing.
Can you turn it on and off when you need to?
No, I can't personally. It took me a long time to learn how to control and to ground my abilities. And I know how to calm them down if they get out of control, but I'm never going to, it's like someone who can see color versus someone who is colorblind. I'm never going to be able to not see color. Everywhere I go, I'm always going to see the energy of things, the energy of people, auras, timelines. I'm never going to be able to turn that off.
Wow. Just fascinating. And thank you for all the insight on manifesting. I'm getting back into my manifesting car, if you will, and stepping on the gas and getting back to it because I believe in it. But it's on the universe's time.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have to be patient.
You have to be patient. Yeah. How do we find you if somebody wants to talk about coaching, healing, sound therapy, or even manifestation jars? What's the best way to find you?
My new website is going to be at www.jamieserrato.com. So it's SERRATO. I'm redoing my website, or they can call me at 228-332-6024, and that number is on the website.
Awesome. Thank you for today. I really, really do appreciate it.
You're welcome.
We'll be right back.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the mytuner-radio, online radio box, and simpleradio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down,
It's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house.
And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.